Eddington. Is it too soon to make a COVID-era Western? Let's talk about it.
We are in a fight against evil.
So Eddington is a modern Western set in New Mexico in the midst of COVID era. Pedro Pascal is the mayor of this town, and Joaquin Phoenix is the sheriff. You start out by meeting them, and you don't know why, but there's this rift between them, and you're like, okay, what's going on here? And as the film progresses, you find out exactly why this rift has happened, and their battle starts becoming more and more intense. Joaquin Phoenix decides to run for mayor as well. And so it just kind of starts snowballing. And yes, this is set in May of 2020 when COVID is first really starting to boom. And basically what Ari Aster decided to do was basically encapsulate the society of America during the COVID era, what it looked like, into this small town in New Mexico. It's a very intimate look at our society and where we were, what we were thinking, during that time, and it comes from all different sides. Ari does a really good job in this film not to just pick a side. He's illustrating, okay, here's all the different viewpoints that were going on during this time. We also jump into racial tensions in this film as well, the Black Lives Matter movement and all those things. From the beginning of this movie, it just felt like it was this pot of boiling water. And it was just simmering and slowly starting to become this boil. And you knew it was going to blow up. And there is a lot of dialogue and relationships that you're like discovering and characters that you're getting to know throughout like the first like half of the movie. And I have to be honest, like the first half, I know how Ari works. So I was like, okay, all of this is going to mean something, but is it going to be worth it in the end, going through these different scenarios? And I got to tell you guys, something happens about the halfway point of this movie that just, bam, like it lit the whole thing up and it really became a thriller. Ari Aster is known for horror movies, Hereditary, Midsummer. Beau Was Afraid is kind of a horror movie-ish. I would call it more of a psychological thriller, to be honest. But Eddington is purely a modern Western thriller. After this big scenario happens about halfway through the film, it just got on these rails and kept going and just did not slow down. And what was really cool is all of those plot points I was talking about that got introduced like the first half of the film, they all connected. And I know I was sitting there like, okay, yes, this all is connecting and all making sense. So everything added up to this big third act. And I know some people out there who've seen this trailer, they know it's COVID era and it's a little bit too soon for them. And they're like, oh, do we need to really be talking about this? It's uncomfortable. It's too fresh. Personally, I thought it was very relevant. I thought it was perfectly timed. It was exactly the kind of like COVID era movie that we needed, that basically it just turned a mirror to the face of our society and forced us to watch it for 2.5 hours. Now, Pedro Pascal, Joaquin Phoenix, they do a great job in this movie. They both hold their roles really well, and it's believable. Emma Stone is in this movie as well, but she honestly has like a smaller role. But again, when you kind of looked back at that first part of the movie, and the impact her character actually had on the events that transpired, she had a big impact on the reason all this happened. Austin Butler is also in this movie. I would say he makes more of like a cameo. He's not like a major player, but again, when paired with Emma Stone's character, that whole scenario leads to this bombastic third act. We have COVID era tensions, racial tensions, big tech tensions. That's a huge plot in this movie. This film also just looks beautiful. It's incredibly well shot. The southwestern like landscape is gorgeous. The musical score, I really enjoyed that. That's a big part of Ari Aster's movies, is these haunting, kind of minimalist scores, but when they kick in, it's very, very intentional and very well done. And talking about the ending, oh boy, I mean, the last like 10, 15 minutes of this movie, I did not know at all like they were going to take it to where they took it. It left me kind of shocked and stunned, and I was just like sitting there watching it, and I was just in my head like, this is very symbolic of a lot of things. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but when you see the ending, the symbolism is there, and it made sense to me, and like I understood, what Ari Aster was trying to go for. In the end, Ari Aster had a very specific film that he wanted to make about a very specific scenario in a specific location. He grew up in New Mexico. So he wanted this landscape, this desert, small town landscape. And again, basically this film put our whole society in a pressure cooker and just watched it explode. Now, this is not a perfect movie. I think there's things that maybe could have been like shortened or like something like that. It's 2.5 hours long. But overall, I think Ari made the movie that he wanted to make. And he had all of these things in it that he wanted to highlight. Now, there are a lot of them. There is a lot going on in this movie. But like I said, it all aligns and it all comes together. And I felt like it really had a good payoff in the end. Bottom line, guys, I really enjoyed Eddington. I look forward to anything Ari Aster does next. I've enjoyed all his films, and Eddington just adds to his catalog of making a very complex, theme-layered film that deserves multiple rewatches, so everything hits home. Thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to doing more reviews for you soon. Have you seen Eddington? What did you think about it? Are you gonna see it? Please let me know down in the comments. Please like and subscribe. And can't wait to talk to you guys soon. Have a great day.